Hey guys, so today I'm going to be filming another testing makeup video, and today I'm going to be testing out collection makeup because I've never tested, well, I've tried some of their products, but I've never done like a testing video on this brand. And one of the reasons I really wanted to do this video is because they have brought the concealer out in a lighter shade, and so many of you have been asking me to test it out. So I thought instead of just doing that, I would make an entire video out of it and test out a load of their stuff that I've never tried before. So that is what I'm going to do, and I'm just going to get straight on with it. Okay, so the first thing that I have to test, so I have always wanted to try the Collection Lasting Perfection foundation because I've always loved the concealer. So I thought, well, if it's anything like that, I'm gonna really like it. I ordered it online and I just kind of went for the lightest shade that I could see. I had no idea that they'd even brought out new shades at this point, and I ordered it, and then like not long after I saw some things on Twitter and stuff about their new shade range and how a lot of people were really disappointed with it. So I then looked into it and I saw that in fact the new shade range is a load of crap. I don't know why brands are doing this at the moment. They're just bringing out the most awful shade ranges. They're not catering for all skin tones at all. So I don't understand. I don't really get it. So the first thing that I have to say about this is I don't agree with the shade range. I think it's crap. However, I have already bought it. I've got it for this video. I've always wanted to test it out. So yeah, it's on a little squirty pump, which I do really like. It's a really stiff one. I cannot squirt that. What? Okay. Oh, here he is. Oh no. Ah no, it's coming off. Right, I'm just gonna put some blobs on my face and I'm just gonna blend it in with my Real Technique sponge and see how this goes. Okay, so it is pretty good coverage, like actually that's really good coverage, and it's got a really nice finish to it. It leaves like quite a nice healthy look, you know what I mean? It's not like super matte, it's kind of got that like dewy look about it, which I do quite like, and I'd say it matches all right. Yeah, I think it matches. I think it's a pretty good foundation actually. It blended out really nicely as well. It was really easy to blend. Works for me, but obviously not everyone's going to be able to purchase it, so this might not be useful for everybody watching, which I apologise for. Okay, so moving on to the main reason I'm making this entire video. This is the Collection Lasting Perfection concealer. As you guys know, I love this concealer so much. I've used it for years, like literally since my first video I was using this, I'm pretty sure, and I always got it in shade 1. They have now brought out shade 0, which is extra fair, and yeah, so many of you have been wanting me to test this out, so I am gonna give it a go. Okay, so I've just popped a little bit under my eyes and it is definitely looking a lot more brightening than the other one, obviously because it is lighter, so it's working better under my eyes. I mean, it's hard to really say anything about it because I've used this concealer for so long, and obviously like the formula is still the same, so we already know that I like that. Although I've got this down here with me because I was thinking, what one do I prefer? And honestly, now that I've been using this Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define concealer, I do think I prefer this. And I mean, you're more likely to get your shade in this because they've actually brought this out in so many shades, so I'm kind of like swaying towards this now. I think this is my new favourite, which is insane because it's been my favourite for so long, but Makeup Revolution they just get it right. So yeah, I'm just gonna put on a little bit of powder. This isn't anything new, but I have this collection pressed powder. I don't know if it's a bit dark. What shade is it? Oh, it's in the shade 01 Candlelight. I think I've tried this once before in a video or something. I don't know. When would I have used it? Maybe I haven't used it, but I'm just gonna pop a bit of that on. No! I've just powdered half of my face, and I've just remembered I got a liquid highlighter that I really wanted to test. Okay, it's fine. I haven't powdered this side yet, so to test it out, I'm gonna put a little bit on this side. The other side can have the powder highlighter later. This is the Collection Finishing Touch highlighter in the shade Gleam, and it is just a liquid highlighter. Oh, hello. Do you know what? I think that looks pretty good actually. I've put 2 layers on and that is actually a really nice highlight, and it's a really nice shade as well. Anyway, I'm now going to continue powdering my face because, you know, I've only done half of it. I feel like I look a little bit orange. I don't know if it's this though, because I don't think I looked orange before. I don't know, I feel like I have gone a little bit orangey, but, oh, here he is. The lid's gone. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend that powder. I'm not loving it, but it's already on my face now, so I can't do much about that. And I'm now going to move on to my bronzer and all of that kind of stuff. And to do it, I picked up this trio thing. So this is the Collection Highlight Blush and Bronze. And I'm just going to start off with, oh, that blush is so shimmery. Is that a blush or a highlighter? That is the most shimmery blush I've ever seen. So I'm just going to start off with the bronzer, which definitely doesn't look like the sort of thing you could contour with. It's very warm toned, as you guys can see. That is so warm. Yeah, I'm just going to dust it all over my face. It's a very like orangey bronzer, but I like it because it's coming out super subtle, like it's not coming out too strong. So although in saying that, I feel like this side does look a little bit patchy, as if it hasn't blended properly, but this side looks pretty nice. So let's just look at this side, because I've clearly done something wrong over here. I don't know what, it's not blending. I think I put too much on. Anyway, I feel like it's all right, but it's probably not a product that I will use. I'm now gonna move on to the blush, which is a really pale, shimmery blush. Like I honestly thought it was a highlighter for a minute, but they're saying it's a blush, so I'm gonna use it as a blush. The highlight is not subtle, but the pink is really subtle, so it's just giving me like a really light pinky look to my cheeks, which I do quite like. Do you want to not? And then last but not least, we have this highlighty colour here, which is just kind of like, it's like a champagne-y kind of colour, so I'm going to give that a go, because at the moment I've only got, I thought I stabbed it with my finger. I have only got highlighter on one side at the moment, which is a little bit weird. So I'm gonna, well, do you know what? I'm gonna put this on both sides, whatever. This side will just be a little bit more intense, but recently I've been doing my highlighter with an eyeshadow brush. It's quite small, but I feel like I get a bit more control, and it's not so much of like a chunk of it, but it's more of like a little highlight, which I prefer. So yeah, I've been doing my highlight with a little eyeshadow brush. Are you ready? I love that. Wow, look at it. Oh dear, look at this though. That bronzer did not go well, did it? That's the best highlight I've tried in a long time, actually. Jeez. Just putting a little bit on the other side. So this is what it looks like without the liquid one underneath. It still looks super intense, and yeah, it looks just as good on its own. So just gonna put a little bit on at the end of my nose, a little bit down there. So for eyebrows, I've got two things to try out, but the first thing is an eyebrow pencil. This is the Collection Eyebrow Definer Lasting Colour pencil in the shade Blonde, and I don't know if this is going to be a good colour. Blonde? That's like a warm brownie colour. It might look okay once I put it on, but I don't have high hopes for this already, but it's so creamy. Like I'm struggling to have any control with it because it's really slippery and creamy. I like have no control with this. You'd have to be so good at eyebrows to make this work. I'm gonna do the other one off camera, and I'm gonna try and like brush it out a bit. I'll be back with hopefully something that doesn't look quite as bad as this. Okay, so these are my eyebrows done. I feel like overall, it's given an all right result. I guess it just was not easy to use. Like it took a lot of cleaning up, a lot of brushing it through, and I mean, shade wise, I think it's okay. And then the other product I went for was the Collection Fast Brow Tinted Brow Gel. It says it's semi-permanent. I went for the shade Light Medium, and it's just in this little box. So it looks like this. It's just in this little tube, and oh, I don't think this is what I thought it was. I thought it was just going to be something you like comb through to set your brows at the end, but it's on one of these. I think this is like an actual brow product to use on its own, so this would have been more fun to test out as well. Damn it, I got this completely wrong. I will try it in another video. I've kind of always wanted to try like a brow gel to do my brows, so that will be interesting to try in a future video. So for eyeshadow, I don't think they had anything new, but they do have these little palettes, and this is one that I have never tried before. It is, or have I tried it? I've had it in my collection for a while, but I don't think I've ever used it. It's their Eyes Uncovered Matte Nude Rose eyeshadow palette. They're all mattes, so I'm not gonna have any shimmer, which is gonna be weird, but I'm just gonna try and do some kind of eyeshadow look with this. So I'm just going to start off with a bit of this colour here, and I'm just going to run that through my crease to start us off. So yeah, that is my first shade. I'm now just going to take a bit of the darker one. I'm gonna take a bit of this like peachy orangey kind of colour and just put that on my lid, I guess. But is that what you do with matte ones? Do you just do it like that? I honestly don't know. I'm also just running a little bit of the darkest colour underneath. God, look at my eye bags. It's not looking good, is it? Jeez. I just looked from that angle and I look really bad. Okay, so that is my eyeshadow. I don't really know, it just looks a bit meh. Like, they work, they blend really nicely, and they are quite pigmented. I don't know, I would probably mix this with like a palette that has some shimmer in it as well. Like, I don't think I'd use this on its own because that is all I can do with it. So I'm now going to move on to my mascara. I have used this once before, but it was quite a while ago and I can't actually remember what I thought of it. So this is the Collection Volumax mascara, and it's got like a white primer and then the black mascara. So I'm going to start off with the white primer. It's on like a very plasticky wand, which I think I like. I can never remember what I prefer. Okay, so my lashes are primed and they look so weird. I don't know if you can see on camera, but it looks so weird. Oh, okay, so this end is bristly, but the other end was plastic, and this is much bigger wand. I liked the wand on that end. Right, pick that off at the end. It's definitely not my favourite mascara, but I don't hate it. I just don't love it. Added a little bit of length and a little bit of volume, but it's all just a little bit, you know? It's not like, oh yeah, look at that. It's just sort of like, oh yeah, look at that. So, what a way to describe a mascara. I'm gonna move on because we still have a lip product to try out. This is the Collection Liquid Lip Colour in the shade Nude Caramel. I think they're supposed to be like glossy, which I don't normally go for. Oh, what an interesting shaped applicator. It's kind of like, woo. This wand is really weird. Like, I don't really know how to position it. It's just like a really strange one. Ah, no. Okay, so it's just like a super natural, kind of like my lips colour, but just glossy version. Like, it didn't really add much colour at all, but I don't hate it. Like, I do quite like it. I don't normally wear lip glosses, but I do quite like it. It's a very natural pink and it just adds a nice little bit of gloss to your lips if you like that kind of thing. I'm already like, I just hate the feel of it. Although, again, as far as a gloss goes, doesn't feel too sticky. It feels quite nice actually. So yeah, no, I do quite like that. So yeah, this is my finished makeup look. I feel like it looks all right, but I'm not looking my best. You know what I mean? I feel like I'm just sort of like a little bit average, but overall I feel like collection makeup is kind of like a bit what am I trying to say? A bit hit or miss. Like, some things are really good, some things are just kind of all right. So yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to give it a big thumbs up if you did, to let me know that you like these kind of testing videos and stuff like that. And then I can do more of them. Yeah, I think that's it from me. Thanks for watching and I will see you very soon. See you later.